Hi, everyone. I wanted to record a short video today to demonstrate access rules and more specifically, what happens when we restrict a custom dimension when using access rules. How does that affect data visibility when we look at sheets, reports, or even if we're drilling into the details and trying to look at that transactional data? How are we affected? And it's important to note that everything that I'm going to be covering today is as of January 12th, 2022. These are access rules are subject to change in the future. I'm sure Workday is going to be updating these. So just keep in mind that everything you're going to see today is how access rules are currently functioning. So what I've prepared is within a demo instance here, I've created a quick example to kind of demonstrate how access rules function when we restrict a dimension. So what I've done is created two custom accounts. We have a standard custom account, and then we have a custom account that I've linked to a cube sheet. And what I've done is I've entered data on both of these accounts by project. So we have projects 1, 2, and 3 here. And what I've done is created a separate user where I'm giving that user access to everything in the model except access to project 3. And we're going to kind of walk through and see what it looks like from a full seat user and administrative view, how the data looks, and then we're going to transfer over to that restricted user and see what he or she is going to see. So what I've done here is we go to our administrative settings. I've already created a user, and if I pop into access rules here, you'll see it's this user here. And what I've done is I've given this user edit access, and we want to pause quickly here and just call out the 3 different access types that you are allowed to give users. So there's edit, full view, and limited view. The edit access type is exactly what you would think. It allows you to see the data, and then when you can go in and make edits, make changes to that data. Full view gives you access to view all of the data for what your permissions have been set to, the levels that you can see, but you cannot edit the data. And then limited view is the same as full view, except when you drill in or try to see any contributing details or splits, those are hidden from a limited view user. And you'll notice that I've given access to the own levels to this user, as well as just project 1, 2, and the uncategorized value of the dimension. So the only thing that they're not seeing is going to be project 3. And I'll pull up here the template that I use just so you can kind of see what that looks like. Here's the edit access username. And then within the instructions here, they kind of give you some shortcuts as to how you want to set up the level structure or the level access, excuse me. So the tilde just means their own levels. And then over here on the custom dimension, I'm saying I want to grant this user access to all projects except project 3. So I'm currently in a full seat user view. So this is what full seat user would see. You can see projects 1, 2, and 3. This is the standard custom account, and you can see I've entered this data using dimensional splits. Here's that same standard sheet, but viewing the linked account. So this is pulling in the data from this cube sheet, which if I click on the cube sheet, you can see the same data has been entered by those same projects. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transition over to that user that I've restricted. So when I open up this same instance, now logged in as this other user, if I come into the access rules standard sheet here, I'm going to be met with a message that says no data is being displayed due to your view settings. So really what happens is when you restrict a dimension in adaptive using access rules, any GL, custom, or a linked account that is being displayed on a standard sheet is going to be hidden. So I'm not going to be able to see the data for projects 1 and 2 even. It's hiding all of the accounts, and the only place I'm going to be able to view that data is in a matrix report. So I'll get over to the the matrix reports here in a little bit, I want to come in here and also open up the cube sheet. So when we look at the cube sheet, we're actually able to see the data here, and you're going to notice that unlike the full seat user, I'm not seeing project 3. So this is working exactly as expected. It's limiting that dimension value, and I'm able to come in here and right click and explore the data. And I can drill all the way through if I wanted to. And there's additional data here, and I'm able to see that. Now, if I try to drill into transactions though, we're going to be met with another message. So similar to the standard sheets where the view settings limit the dimension restriction limits what we can see, same with transactions. We no longer can, this user can no longer see the behind the scenes or the transaction detail. So if I come over to reports, for example, and I come down to this report here, this report is displaying the 2 custom accounts that I created. And this is the same information that you would see on the standard sheet. So this is where this user would need to come to be able to see that data. Obviously this linked account here, they could go to the cube sheet and see that data. The standard though, you would have to come in here. Now I can drill in and explore this as well in the report. And if I try to drill into transactions, I'm going to get this same exact message. Now, what's interesting about the matrix report side is if I don't have the project dimension present on this report, anywhere on this report, and I just have the accounts. So if I open up another report here, and all I have on here is the accounts, you'll notice that I no longer have the ability to explore the detail, drill into these numbers. And that's because the dimension is not present on the report. This is important to note because you're not going to be able to see that additional detail. I can, however, if I click on the account, I am able to pivot by that project. So once I pivot by it, I can then drill into it. And you'll notice again, it's limiting project 3 for this user, so that's working as expected. Now I can drill into this explore cell feature and drill through the levels, drill through any of the other dimensions that may have been entered at that intersection. And that's how it works. So if I come back to the modify report and I go to drop the dimension onto the rows, then I would be able to drill. So I can come over here, put this on the row of the report, and as soon as I do that, I'll be able to explore cell. Another thing that you'll notice is that within the element pane of the report section, this user can also not see project 3, so it gets limited there as well. And I'm just going to run this quick, and you'll see now I can drill. Now, one thing that you're going to want to keep in mind is if you are a limited view seat user, so the access type, excuse me, on the access rules is limited view, not edit or full access. And you try to drill all the way through to the bottom, you're not going to be able to see the split level detail. So that's what that limited view restricts you from. So this is really just a quick tutorial on some of the functionality around access rules when restricting dimensions. Hopefully you've found this helpful, and you'll be able to kind of be better suited to be able to handle and set up your access rules and know what your users are going to see moving forward. So thanks for your time and have a great day.